Hey, what's up? It's your boy Rawk. A little while ago I received my pre-order of Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Now ordinarily, I would have been fine buying this game a week and a half later, but I could not pass up the slick pre-order bonus that came with this game. Wanna know what it is?
Oh, my pre-order came! Holy shit, it came with a cat.
After the Mario Maker 2 incident, that was a lifesaver. Pre-orders are a video game company's best friend. They seem to like the idea of getting money, and 60 of it, from the sale of a video game that won't be releasing until months after the transaction. Or at least that's what my neighbor texted me right after pre-ordering this, so of course I trust him. It may not seem like it to us thumbstick abusers, but pre-orders are pretty damn important when it comes to the success of a video game. The sale of a video game to any given customer is all fine and dandy, but if that sale happened after the initial launch window, Microsoft don't really give a shit about it, sorry kid. Games tend to go on sale a lot after their launch window or receive permanent price drops. So while it seems like every purchase should be valued equally, that just isn't the case most times. If someone buys a game in a sale or after a price drop, the publisher doesn't see nearly as much money from that, which can change their plans for the future of a game or its series. Like me buying Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in 2021 isn't gonna make Shuntaro Furukawa spit out his water in excitement. That's where pre-orders come in. If a lot of people buy a game before it's even released, that can be wildly profitable because right out of the gate, they've already made a ton of full price sales. And when this happens, a game can be deemed somewhat of a success before it's even in anybody's hands. And when it finally releases, the publisher will have no doubt created a roadmap for the future of that game or series, whether it be free updates, DLC expansions, or sequels. And that, right there, is why companies like pre-orders. If not many people pre-order a game, well, oftentimes that means the game isn't worth putting much more development into after its release, even if it ends up selling a lot after that initial launch period. Of course, there are exceptions on both ends of the spectrum. Games that sell like crazy, but don't end up seeing any updates or anything when all is said and done. And games that sell pretty modestly that still end up seeing DLC and new entries. But generally speaking, this tends to be how it goes down. But of course, that's only half the story. What do I get for pre-ordering Pikmin 3 Deluxe? Well, no sex for one. Pre-ordering a game ensures that when that sweet launch day comes around, you're guaranteed a copy. And nowadays, there are pretty much 3 ways to pre-order. For most people, the preferred way is straight digitally. You buy a game through a console storefront, and when midnight strikes on National Abstinence Day, you can play the game immediately. If you're a big fan of plastic and have a soul, then you could always pre-order the game from Amazon, or you could use the third method, the in-store pre-order, also known as no. I don't want to go outside to buy a game. I own FIFA 13 for the Wii U, why would I? Back in the day, this was the only way to pre-order games. If you wanted Ogre Battle 64 on launch day, then buckle up, f***o, we're heading to Toys R Us. But in the digital age we live in, this just seems pointless to me. So, you go to a store, pay for the game, go back home, and depress for the rest of the day. You then have to go back, give them all of your information that confirms, yes, I did pre-order Garfield Kart Furious Racing. They go through their systems, make sure all your info is correct and that you aren't trying to steal a copy because they've had too many people try to steal copies of Garfield Kart, and then you finally get the game, and go back home. Now, hear me out here. Instead of going through all of this, you could just pick up the game on launch day, save yourself the headache. No, I refuse! I personally swing for Amazon for all of my pre-ordering needs, or Argos if I'm feeling extra bloodthirsty. Of course, this method isn't perfect. The main complaint many have is that Amazon doesn't get here 3 minutes before midnight. I won't even be awake, but damn it, I want them to be here for me. Most of the time, Amazon will arrive in the afternoon, and by that point, most of the launch day is already over. The game arrives at 4, what the hell do you expect me to do with the first 16 hours of the day? Cold milk? This has personally never bothered me. I tend to be pretty busy throughout the day, so by the time the game arrives, I'm generally done with all my responsibilities and can be lonely for the next 56 hours. I also don't need to play a game as soon as it releases. I just like to know that I have the game right there if I do want to. Like I pre-ordered Skyward Sword HD, got it on launch day, this cartridge has yet to leave its cubby. God! Before the Nintendo Switch era, I had no idea these two words could come together. I wasn't all too crazy about getting games at launch. I would usually just wait until I was going to pick up my next set of inhalers and think to myself, yeah, I could do with Sonic Mania right about now. Yes, once upon a time, I was okay with leaving the house. Look at me now. That was until the release of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I wanted these games real bad because, oh my god, please, I need to buy the latest games in a series I couldn't give a fuck about. I went to all my local stores, none of them had either game. So I traveled to an Argos in the buttfuck of nowhere, and they had one copy left of Let's Go Pikachu. I wanted Eevee, but I'll take it. I then went home and said...
Well, I'm pissed.
I was still excited to play the game, but I wanted a dog on the box, damn it, not a rat. That's when I remembered that a certain jungle, river, and online retailer existed, so I bought a copy of Let's Go Eevee with Amazon Prime, and it arrived 2 days later. And so began the pre-ordering arc of my life. From then on, I pre-ordered every single game that I wanted at launch, but not Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX because I still haven't decided on that one. I pre-ordered Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Yoshi's Crafted World, Mario Maker 2, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe because I really wanted the neighborhood to be alerted when I moved in. If they know I'm here, they might actually want to talk to me. But what if getting a game at launch just isn't enough reason for you to pre-order? You might not think the game in question is worth its asking price, or hell, you might not even be 100% sure you want it yet. Would a water bottle change your mind? The pre-order bonus, the tangible form of companies saying, please just do it, okay?
Pre-order bonuses have been around for a while at this point, but the one that people will jump to as the greatest of all time has always been and forever will be The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker's pre-order bonus.
If you pre-ordered The Wind Waker, your copy came with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and the brand new Master Quest version of the game on something the size of a coaster for free. With Ocarina of Time being considered the greatest game ever, this was an amazing pre-order bonus, not only allowing us to play this game on dear god anything but an N64, but also allowing us to play a new version of the game. The back of the box just loved screaming about this too. They cut this fucker in half just to prove how serious they were about it. So, let's try this version out. I'm not allowed to be happy. That stings. But at least with Wind Waker HD, you could get this pre-order exclusive special edition that came with this amazing Ganondorf figure, which I don't have either. And I also don't have the Sonic hat that you could get by pre-ordering Sonic Colors. I'm sad.
Now for me personally, just the fact that I can get my hands on a game without going outside is more than enough of a pre-order bonus for me. But Rawk, you may be saying, you can't possibly hate going outside that much. And you're right, I hate it way more than that much. So why don't we take a look back at all of the games that I've pre-ordered and the bonuses I got for doing so, starting with my university dissertation.
Super Mario Maker 2. This wasn't the first game I pre-ordered. That award belongs to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but that didn't come with the pre-order bonus, which was a nice way to ruin Christmas. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and Yoshi's Crafted World didn't either. So leave it to Super Mario Maker 2 to do something that I give a shit about. In a good way.
How the tables have turned.
For pre-ordering this game, I got an idea booklet where I could sketch out my level ideas. It was grid-based, just like the in-game level creator, which made it legitimately helpful to use. I haven't done that yet, but hey, there's a first time for everything. And on top of that, I also got a stylus that made level creation in handheld mode so much easier. You could only get this by pre-ordering. If you wanted to make levels in peace after June 28th, 2019, go f*** yourself. I used this thing a ton back when I played Mario Maker 2 consistently. The interface in dock mode wasn't bad, but there's absolutely no denying that handheld was the way to go. I can also use the stylus on my phone, so there you have it. Next up, we have Luigi's Mansion 3. And for pre-ordering this game, I got a Pull-to-Pup keychain. And it was glow in the dark and everything. It was so cool. Now, why do I say was? Well, I actually used this thing as an actual keychain. And just like all good keychains, it just f***ed off one day. Gone. Disappeared off the face of the planet. I could buy a new one off eBay, but why would I spend almost as much on this as I did on the game itself? Now, what I think would have been even cooler as a pre-order bonus would have been the Pull-to-Pup plush that released around the same time as Luigi's Mansion 2. I can absolutely see why they didn't do that, because that would have cost them more. They don't officially sell this thing anymore, but it would have cost them more. Have a keychain, you fucking drip. But either way, I loved this thing. And on a completely unrelated note, Pokemon Sword and Shield. They didn't have pre-order bonuses. So let's get back on the love train with Animal Crossing New Horizons. Animal Crossing New Horizons came with quite possibly the best pre-order bonus of them all. It came with an Animal Crossing themed microfiber cloth.
Why else do you think I bought the game? I mean, sure, it may be one of my favorite games of all time, but let's be honest. I was only in it for the cloth.
Now, as nearly perfect as this thing is, because trust me, it's damn close, I do have one small issue with it.
What?
This is the sort of pre-order bonus that I just don't want to use. At least with a keychain and a stylus. Like, yeah, I can use those. I might lose them like the fucking dope I am, but I can feel pretty guilt-free after opening them. Now, why the hell would I use an Animal Crossing themed microfiber cloth? I just don't want to get it dirty. I'll just spit on my Switch if I want to clean the screen, man. Now, a pre-order bonus that I can can use is what Paper Mario the Origami King had to offer. Being a game entirely focused around, well, you know, fucking origami. The only thing that would have made sense to package this game with would have been actual origami sheets. Holy shit, they did it. I mean, I guess office supplies could have also worked, but look me in the eye and tell me you want that. Imagine if we got Mario-themed scissors. I'd be pissed and appalled. But no, we got origami, just as God intended. And there's actually a pretty good amount of it here. Now, of course, what was it again? Oh yeah, fucking stupid. So most of these sheets remain unfolded, but I did try my hand at a few of them. They were all supposed to look like the origami characters and objects found within the game, and oh boy did they look. Now to be fair to me, I'm damn proud of the mushroom. The pipe is okay, Peach's hair exists and I'm a better man for it, humanity doesn't need the rest of her anyway, and the star is almost perfect. It's just missing a leg. It's in here somewhere. I fucked up the question mark block. I couldn't even get a cube right.
Hi, my name is Rawk. I'm a bitch.
If I had the patience and the lack of stupidity to sit down and actually make these guys properly, they'd be legitimately nice display pieces. Ollie would sit right next to Banjo Pilot, exactly where he belongs. It's actually quite disappointing that I can't fold paper to save my life, because I'd love to have these little replicas of the in-game models. But at the very least, I can appreciate how perfect this pre-order bonus was for this game. And I think this should be the standard for pre-order bonuses. Something that is very, very fitting of the game in question, and also something that is legitimately cool to own. Because let's be honest, we as a society usually look at most pre-order bonuses and say,
neat.
Pikmin 3 Deluxe is next on the docket, and this came with fridge magnets. Hell yes! Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't give a single solitary piss about fridge magnets, but the entire point of Pikmin is that they're like, what, 7 particles tall? And these dinky-ass fridge magnets represent that perfectly! But I don't want to use them! If there was a way I could easily reattach them to the sheet, then I'd happily rip these fellas out and smack them on my fridge. But I can't. So instead, watch me smacking them on my mini fridge and feeling miserable. Because my mini fridge isn't magnetic. There was a casualty. Much like with the origami, these magnets fit the game extremely well, but they aren't nearly as cool to actually own. But Nintendo made up with that with another microfiber cloth. Well, now I gotta say that Pikmin 3 Deluxe is my favorite game of all time. Now this next pre-order bonus doesn't really fit the game it came with all too much, but I think it outclasses the rest when it comes to the sheer elegance of it. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It came with a poster and some cards containing artwork of the characters, which came in an envelope from Koei Tecmo. These also fall into the category of neat but never gonna be used. But I mean, come on. Look at these. This is a fancy ass bonus for buying one of the best games ever made. I should be thanking them for making it, but they thanked me for buying it. You can have my money any day, you well-mannered son of a bitch. That was nice as fuck. It also comes with a notebook. I don't really see the point of this. I drew a Goomba.
That was my final pre-order of 2020, so we're entering 2021 territory now. Buckle up, bitches!
Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury obviously came with a cat, but it also came with a steelbook. Hooray! The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD also came with a steelbook. Hooray, hooray! New Pokemon Snap came with a poster and stickers. The poster is pretty damn nice, and the stickers take parts of the box art and make them real. Thank the Lord I wouldn't have bought this game otherwise. What would have been cooler in my opinion, there was some Polaroids of Pokemon, or something to that effect that plays more on the whole photography thing that people seem to associate this game with. I mean, yeah, stickers are cool, but they're fucking stickers. Also, I have one of those really annoying things at my house. I forget what they're called. Oh, right, children. And when my pre-order bonuses was shipped separately and 2 days after my copy of the game, I wasn't there to get them. So guess who decided to open these puppies up and stick them on any surface that seemed appropriate? I managed to get these stickers back to looking almost perfect. But let this be a lesson to never trust stupid fucking 4-year-olds with your Amazon packages. Mario Golf Super Rush came with a water bottle. A very subtle way of telling you to go play real life golf, you dork. This is a pretty neat bonus. I mean, fun fact, this water bottle is better than the actual game. But they do have one thing in common, they're both doomed to stain my shelf. I don't want to use this thing. The fact that I got this for free for buying a game I played for a week makes me feel like I almost need to preserve it. Sure, it's just a water bottle for crying out loud, but the thought of water going anywhere near this thing makes my stomach churn. What if this becomes a rare collector's item one day, and mine is full of water and spit? Just like my Switch! It's a cool bonus, I swear to Christ, but I don't want to put it in my mouth. Pre-order bonuses can be fun incentives to buy a game you want before its release, and that's all they really should be. If you're expecting them to be a reason to pre-order, then you're gonna be disappointed. They aren't supposed to be the sole reason you pre-order a game. They're just supposed to be a neat little trinket to make you feel better if and when you do. Not every game comes with a pre-order bonus though, and not all of them are winners. But at the end of the day, they're a really fun and interesting part of the launch of any game. And even if most of them are just gonna fill a box in the corner of my room, I really appreciate them. And I hope that even with games going all digital, they find a way to stick around.
But I forgot the most important example of them all, the pre-order bonus that single-handedly justifies the concept of buying video games as a whole. Metopia Post-it notes. If I run out of Post-it notes, I'll just pre-order the game again. Time's a myth anyway. Who says that it can't be May 21st, 2021 more than once?